Today is a special day. This is the last declaration that you will have for Tariffs and gold. We will start the redemption purse, the IQD purse, the cash pallet, then Zimbabwe, then the IQD, then all other currency, then the boxes. This is the beginning and the start of the redemption program. But it has to be with us. They cannot do it without us because the money sits on our accounts. We will do the Tariffs and gold in every central bank and also in every prime bank. We can do capital market value or loan to value. We have everything now ready. We will have a new agreement with every interagency, with every department, and with every country. Now is the end of suffering of everybody, including countries, kingdoms. We will have funds for everybody. Of course, we will start operating the QFS system. We will do the Gizara, and we will also do the currency resets. All of these are going to be followed by everybody. It doesn't matter if you are a small country, a middle country, or a great country. This is now the beginning of our good future. Everybody agree that we will cooperate with each other. Everybody agree that we will help each other. So now, you truly are declaring the war against poverty. We are declaring the war against starvation. We are declaring the war against suppression. Now is the time for us to be together to serve humanity. God bless you and more power to everybody. Thank you.
President Donald Trump is finally getting his White House ballroom.
Please, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. President, can you talk about your plans for the new ballroom that was announced today?
Yeah.
And the $200 million, that's going to be paid for by yourself?
By me, yeah.
Private donations?
It's a private thing, yeah. I'll do it, and we'll probably have some donors or whatever, but it's about $200 million.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt announced during a briefing that construction will begin in September on a 90,000 square foot addition to the East Wing that will include Trump's long-sought-after $200 million ballroom.
The project will begin in September 2025, and it is expected to be completed long before the end of President Trump's term.
But I always said I was going to do something about the ballroom because they should have one. So we'll be leaving it. It'll be a great legacy project, and I think it'll be special. You saw some renderings of the initial. I think it'll be really beautiful. No government, Elvis.
Mike Johnson, the 56th Speaker of the House of Representatives in America. We're here with a delegation of members of the House. We're so grateful to be in Israel, particularly on this day, recognizing the destruction of the two temples. And two times in history. But it is such a moving time for us to be here at the Wailing Wall. We've offered our prayers, we put our notes into the wall as just traditional, and we're so moved by the hospitality of the people and the great love of Israel. Our prayer is that America will always stand with Israel, and that we will we pray for the preservation and the peace of Jerusalem. That's what Scripture tells us to do. It's a matter of faith for us and a commitment that we have. God bless you.
I think it's evidence of the great depth that the deep state will go to cover up weaponization that was going on in the FBI and the executive branch of government generally under the Obama administration. And I want to thank Kash Patel of the FBI and Pan Bondi, our Attorney General, for releasing these documents, because after 8 years, and it took us 3 years to get this information, but after 8 years, I think we need maximum transparency on all the schemes that were going on 10 years ago to either stop Trump from being elected, or after he was elected to ruin his presidency.
Don't take deposits and banks don't lend money. And there's rulings in English courts. What is actually a bank deposit? Well, that is to confuse people. At law, there's no such thing as a bank deposit. It's simply a loan. Well, hang on. A deposit is a loan? Yes. It's a loan we give to the bank. We give credit to the bank when we do what is called deposit our money.
Yes.
And that is the legal status. So it's like the tables are turned. So banks don't take deposits. We lend to them. And the bank deposit at law actually is not privileged. But surely banks lend money? No. Banks are in the business of purchasing securities. And when you sign that loan contract, that's an IOU, a debt instrument that you've issued, and the bank will buy it. That's what's happening.
It can sell it.
Well, exactly. You can sell it. And also you will point out, oh, hang on, fine, these are details. This says I will get money. I'm borrowing money, so please give me the money. I don't care about the details. And the banker will say, you'll find this in your account with us. They may carelessly say, we've transferred it to your account, which is incorrect, because no transfer happens. Your account will be credited.
Majid posted on X at 10 a.m. August 4th, 2025. Global currency reset is here. And he linked Gold Telegraph. Iran has moved to remove 4 zeros from its plunging national currency, fiat currency. And someone put Iran. Majid commented all currencies at once. Old news. Look at Majid's answer. You don't mess around with Majid because he'll tell it straight to your face. Hottest country. Donald J. Trump. The Democrats are extortionists who almost destroyed our country. Now we are back, and the USA is the hottest country anywhere in the world. Make America great again. Absolutely. Forwarded from Wolverine. The money has now been deposited into Paymaster's account. Everything is ready to go. Pray that tomorrow we can all celebrate. Please pray, everyone. Forwarded from A to Z Dreams group chat. We were told that Trigger Group's funds happened on Friday, which leads to appointments and flights confirmations for this coming week. Sorry if that was unclear. Yes, those two things go hand in hand. Someone shared this on Telegram. It says, like Forex.com. This US dollar to Iraqi dinar currency converter is updated with real-time rates every 15 minutes as of August 3rd, 2025. Only enter the numbers. Any other characters or separation marks will be trashed. In the box to the left of US dollar USD, then click the convert button. Click on US dollar USD, link to convert US dollar to all other currencies. Click on Iraqi dinar IQD link to convert Iraqi dinar to all other currencies. Click on the link swap currencies to convert from Iraqi dinar to US dollar. Click on the group converter link to convert a group of numbers all at one time. So $1 US is now 1290 Iraqi dinar. That's good. Not quite. That is good. It's a good sign. It's going to go down. Judith S on X or Twitter. And this was forwarded from Praying Medic News. The entire board of California's Highland Community Charter School has resigned after an audit found they funneled $180 million in taxpayer funds meant to teach adult immigrants English. But the students were fake, the classrooms didn't exist, and the money funded six-figure jobs for friends and luxury travel. Jeez. And this was confirmed by Right Angle News. Unusual_Wales posted on X at 7:34 p.m. July 31st, 2025. Breaking: Trump has instituted new tariffs, 35% on Canada, 20% on Taiwan, 15% on New Zealand, though it's a drop by 5% because it was 20%, 39% on Switzerland, 19% on Cambodia, 15% on Turkey, 15% on South Korea, Venezuela and Israel, 20% on Sri Lanka, 40% on Laos and Myanmar, 20% on Vietnam, 19% on Indonesia. Shafak News, English, posted on X. A lawsuit has been filed against the Iraqi Prime Minister and Finance Minister over the delay of the 2025 budget. Shafak News, lawsuit has been filed against the Iraqi Prime Minister and Finance Minister over the delay of the 2025 budget. This was posted 4:23 a.m. August 4th, 2025. Tamara comments, it's really late, but at least they finally went ahead and filed the lawsuit. It's August. I feel like the budget should have been approved last December at the latest because 2025 started January 1st. Lexi comments, send in the military at real Donald Trump. Iraq cannot continue to keep the rest of the world waiting. Exactly. Tim, old news cases dismissed. So why have they not released the budget tables? This was forwarded from A2Z Dreams channel A2Z Angela. Clarification on humanitarian projects. You do not need a fully detailed humanitarian project plan right away. A summary or general outline is perfectly acceptable for your initial appointment. At the 3 to 6 month mark, they will check in on your project's progress, so make sure to keep all receipts and documentation. Humanitarian projects can include more than you might think. It's not just large-scale operations, simple acts of helping others also qualify. Examples include starting a college fund for someone, buying a house or car for someone in need, supporting your community in any meaningful way. If it helps someone else, it likely qualifies as humanitarian. For my own project, for example, I can include my land, farm, home, vehicle and staff under the humanitarian umbrella for the required 80% allocation, A2Z Dreams. Now, Mayhem News with Mel, she's Australian, I shared an audio recently, I'm sure it came from her. She said that the appointment with the banker would be roughly 12 to 15 minutes at the Redemption Centre. Now, of course, we're still waiting for notifications. There's also been information that there'll be a second appointment, a 45-minute appointment, not confirmed if it's with another banker or wealth manager or the Alliance military. Not confirmed also whether you have to show a business plan. But I suppose it's good to bring a small sample of your business plan. Just to be prepared for that. And if you've got a project and you haven't got a pitch, it's quite easy to do. I mean, if you have AI like ChatGBT, or any type of AI software, you just put in your project and then ask ChatGBT to create a pitch roughly between 3 to 5 minutes, and it will create, and you basically state, well, mind you, I had another pitch done by another AI software that I had, and so I just uploaded that document, and basically ChatGPT summarized it and it looked more professional. And I asked the question, what other things can I do within the 30, 60, 90 days? Okay, so I'm not going to read all that because it'll take forever. Alert. Breaking. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will take steps to remove from the Texas House any Democrats who refuse to show up to work tomorrow by 3 p.m. Democrats are refusing to show up in order to break quorum to block a vote on new Texas maps, which could give Republicans 5 more seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. The derelict Democrat House members must return to Texas and be in attendance when the House reconvenes at 3 p.m. on Monday, August 4th, 2025. For any member who fails to do so, I will invoke Texas Attorney General Opinion Number KP 0382 to remove the missing Democrats from membership in the Texas House. Abbott may also pursue felony charges. Texas is being Texas again. I thought I would share this document, which is called the Sovereignty Clause for Trust Declaration, and this will be included in my trust. I have uploaded this document on my Telegram page, absolutely free. Go help yourself. So, Sovereignty Clause for Trust Declaration. It's just basically one page, simple, easy. Declaration by your name for use within any legal or spiritual trust or humanitarian asset structure. I, your name, as settler and originating soul of this trust, hereby affirm and declare the following Sovereignty Clause as binding within all present and future interpretations of this trust or its mechanisms of distribution, governance, or review. 1. My sovereignty, both spiritual and legal, is to be upheld at all times. This includes, but is not limited to, final say over humanitarian direction, energy alignment, soul mission fulfillment, and alignment with source principles. 2. Trustees and advisors may assist but not override the foundational purpose of the wealth I steward to serve humanity in harmony with divine will. Basically, this clause gives the instructions to your trustees, because the trustees that you hire, they are just the trustees that you hire. And this was an extra clause to say, this is my project, this is my trust, I am the one that has sovereignty, I am the one that control this project. Anyway, it's so that, first of all, when you're going to look for trustees, that's the most hardest thing to do, is finding trustees that you trust. And given the situation where many of our families and friends are asleep, it's very difficult to find trustees at the moment. I'm still trying to find a second trustee that lives in my country. If you had, for example, you hired a trustee from some trustee company as the first trustee, and the second one, if you managed to find a family member, imagine having the two working together to veto your instructions. It's your humanitarian projects. So that's, this clause basically dictates to the executor, the trustees, your instructions, my instructions, because my money that I funded in these currencies, and I will not allow any trustees to control what I worked hard for. So, 3. At any point, I retain the right to revise, revoke, or restructure trustee roles if the energy, conduct, or frequency of such persons becomes misaligned with my vision or integrity. 4. My spiritual alignment, intuitive guidance, and soul-sourced discernment shall be respected as primary forms of governance alongside legal constructs. 5. This clause is a living affirmation that my trust, wealth, and works are tools of service, not control. They exist to amplify light, not impose limits. Sign this day with conscious awareness and full spiritual agency. Love it. Yeah, anyway, so I shared this, uploaded, as I said, this document on my Telegram page. And you just copy that and add it, include it in your trust. Maybe in the beginning, set your instruction. So I asked this question to ChatGBT regarding the release of the budget tables. Would you know why Iraq, I said Iraq, haven't released the budget tables? Thanks. It appears you're referring to Iraq, not Iraq. Sounds the same. Still the same country. Specifically concerning the 2025 federal budget tables that have not yet been released to Parliament. Here's what the latest reporting reveals. Why haven't Iraq's 2025 budget tables been released? 1. Legislative amendments and disputes. Delays stem from recent amendments to the federal budget law, particularly Article 12 regarding oil contracts with the Kurdistan region, to be KRG. These changes require recalculations of revenue and expenditure projections, which must be incorporated into the new budget tables before release. 2. Federal regional budget negotiations. Disagreements between Baghdad and Erbil over oil revenue sharing, allocation formulas and federal oversight remain unresolved. Until consensus is reached, the budget tables cannot be finalized. 3. Growing fiscal and political pressure. Iraq currently faces major fiscal deficits and unstable revenue forecasts exacerbated by regional volatility and conflict. These fiscal strains complicate the finalization of tables that must reflect reliable estimates. 4. Constitutional timing issues. Parliament expected the budget tables as early as October 2024, but those deadlines were missed. As of March to June 2025, there is no official confirmation regarding the submission to the Cabinet or Parliament. What this means in practice: impact area explanation. Oversight. Without the tables, Parliament cannot perform its constitutional oversight or approve funding. Public services. Delayed release impacts public salaries, infrastructure and service delivery. Election risk. With early elections looming, lawmakers warn that undisclosed funds may be misused for electoral influence. Current outlook. As of June 3, 2025, parliamentary committees have formally pressed the government for the overdue 2025 tables. Some officials optimistically expected cabinet approval by early July, though this remains unconfirmed as of late June. Would you like a formatted document summarizing these issues for further review or sharing, or would you prefer insight into how similar legislative data delays have played out in other regions? Urgent call. Iraqi Parliament presses for overdue 2025. Budget gridlock. Iraq unlikely to submit 2025 tables. The new region. Iraq's 2025 budget submission delayed by legislative. This was October 10, 2023. So I chose similar legislative data delays in other regions. Certainly, legislative or budgetary data delays like what Iraq is currently experiencing have happened in many countries during times of political tension, fiscal crisis, or central regional disputes. Here are a few notable parallels. Examples of budget table or legislative data delays in other regions. Nigeria, budget table disputes and delays 2020 to 2023. Issue: persistent disagreements between the Federal Executive and National Assembly over oil revenue projections and debt servicing. Effect: delayed publication of budget performance data and misalignment in capital spending releases. Cause: political tension, differing priorities, and electoral considerations. Parallel to Iraq, oil-dependent economy, central versus state government disputes, budget used as a political tool. Lebanon, budget and data collapse amid economic crisis. Issue: no national budget passed for multiple years amid currency collapse and leadership paralysis. Effect: no transparency in public finances, international donor support frozen, IMF negotiations stalled. Parallel to Iraq, paralysis due to internal political factions and loss of public trust. IMF involvement delayed by lack of credible data. Spain, Catalonia crisis, delayed budget data due to regional standoff. Issue: political standoff between the Spanish central government and Catalan independence movement. Effect: budgets for Catalonia were delayed with suppressed spending data on transfers and social programs. Parallel to Iraq, like Baghdad, Erbil, a central government struggling to maintain authority over an autonomous region demanding more fiscal independence. Brazil: delays in fiscal data publication during election seasons. Issue: during several election cycles, e.g. 2014-2018, federal budget data was delayed to avoid public backlash over economic performance. Effect: voter distrust, suppressed fiscal truth, and post-election budget shocks. Parallel to Iraq, concerns over budget data being manipulated or withheld ahead of sensitive political timing, e.g. potential early elections. Sudan: ongoing gridlock and non-transparent budgeting 2020 to 2024. Issue: transition government lacked a functioning parliament. Military interference halted budget debates. Effect: no clear budget published. Multiple factions claimed legitimacy. Aid stalled. Parallel to Iraq, competing political entities, instability and aid dependence worsened by delayed transparency. Summary: common patterns across nations. Pattern shared with Iraq. Central regional financial disputes? Yes. Pre-election or political delays? Yes. Lack of transparency under pressure? Yes. Oil revenue dependency? Yes. Public services held hostage? Yes. Maybe they should have the ET running all the governments. Problem solved, in my opinion. What this means for Iraq. Iraq's delay is not unique, but it is particularly fragile due to heavy oil dependency, Kurdistan revenue disputes, potential early elections, corruption and militia influence, IMF oversight expectations. Focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on mindfulness, focus on prioritization, focus on loving yourself, focus on your happiness, focus on being at peace with yourself. And one more thing that I think is important is focus on just taking things one step at a time. So I am going to be working on creating humanitarian projects, and organizing trusts and all these other things can be really overwhelming. August 3rd. The universe is clearing old timelines, inviting you to trust what's unfolding even when the path feels hidden. Let go of what drains you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Choose only what gives you freedom now and for the future. Your next step will reveal itself when you move from presence, not pressure. Breathe. You are exactly where you need to be.
Bow to the pressure of the outside. Come to me. Let me help you revive. Let me guide you to revive the light. Let me guide you to revive the light. 'Cause there ain't no way. Feel like taking over. 'Cause there ain't no way. No way. Felt to the pressure of the outside. Come to me. Let me help you. 'Cause I just can't stay here.